I think we're going to need your help here for Liz. And I already know the answer, but I don't think Liz does. So if you can help Liz in this burning question that she has right now, use the My His Radio app's open mic. The My His Radio app's open mic. If you don't have the app, download it in the next few minutes on Google Play or the App Store. It's free. Don't worry. Not going to get charged. Free. Google Play and the App Store. And use the open mic to help Liz answer this burning question that she has right now.
Well, it's not even just me. It's a friend of mine posted on her social media. She said, that lightning bolt thingy came on in my car, and I need your prayers that my husband can fix it. And I'm like, lightning bolt thingy? I've never seen that
on the dash?
Never.
Well, it's a good thing.
What does that stand for?
Number one, it's a good thing you're not seeing it. Because when you do, you need to take action pretty quickly. But you really don't know what it is?
Liz, I have no idea. In fact, I have a couple of those little lights that come on. Mm-hmm. Like there's one of a car with a circle around it. No idea what that means. But the lightning bolt thingy, like, is there a thunderstorm coming up? Like, is that what it's telling me? Is it a weather forecast? I can tell you it's not a weather forecast. But if you can help Liz in this burning question that she has about the lightning bolt thingy on the dash, I love this. Just reply in the His Radio open mic, if you would. The His Radio open mic. It's on the My His Radio app. What the lightning bolt thingy is all about. I feel like Rob knows what the answer is.
I know.
But you're not telling me.
Of course not.
Okay, so it's not a weather forecast.
No, and stay away from your Google, please.
Is it telling me someone's in trouble and I need to say, Shazam?
No, and don't say that again. No, I'm not even going to give you a clue on what the lightning bolt thing is. And it's not a forecast. It's not telling you about anything else. It's got to do with something with your car. And you know that part of it. I mean, come on.
Sure. But, like, I have tried to think, like, I tried to help her. I'm like, what in the world could that be?
The lightning bolt thing.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Ooh, it's been a burning question this morning, so early. And thank you for using the open mic, by the way, on the My His Radio app to help answer this burning question. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, His Radio. Here it is. It comes in on the open mic.
Hey, you guys. This is Tamara. I just wanted to try to see if I could figure out what the lightning bolt thingy was. Does it have something to do with, like, electricity? I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I just thought I would give y'all an answer or try to see if that was close.
Okay, so the thing is the lightning bolt display on the dashboard. Liz calls it a thingy. It's on the dashboard of your car. Now, Liz, what was this? A friend on Facebook, right?
Right. She said she saw the lightning bolt thingy come up on her car and pray that her husband can fix it, but she had no idea what it meant. I have no idea what it meant. And I would say the same thing, lightning bolt thingy. So Chris texted and said it typically means it's a throttle body problem. Well, you're going to have to explain that to me, too.
What a throttle body problem is. Okay, here's some replies from the open mic through the My His Radio app about the lightning bolt thingy.
If I'm not mistaken, the lightning bolt on your car is saying that it's battery, electricity. There you go. I think it's battery. You have an issue with your battery.
That would be your car battery's dying. It needs to check its battery.
Liz, is the flux capacitor. They're about to initiate time travel.
Thanks, Marty. Marty McFly.
I like that one better. The flux capacitor. Do a little of time travel. Thank you, Doc. Oh, that's great. Okay, so what was the text again?
Chris said it's the throttle body problem. No idea.
No idea. Okay, it is electronic, and it's electronic throttle control indicator. So there's something wrong with the throttle control that regulates the engine idle and the traction control and the cruise control. All that mixed in together. So, yeah, it's electronic. That's the Thunderbolt, but it has to do with if your engine's like idling high, then you would have that little lightning bolt come up.
Here's my thing. If you've got the technology to put a thunderbolt, a lightning bolt in there, why can't you just put throttle or battery or engine? Make it easy.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Just got in an open mic. I understand it's in response to Ranger, who is my English lab, who is now a blood donor in an animal hospital.
It's just so cool that Ranger is doing this, even though it's not like he saw it online and said, "Mom, I want to do this." But it's so cool that he's doing this to help other animals.
I didn't even know
really
something
hadn't
like
heard of it very much.
Yeah, I didn't even know that something like this even existed. You know, that animals can do it, but it makes sense. So we just got an open mic in response to that through the My HISRadio app, which you can download for free, Google Play and the App Store. Here's the open mic that came in.
Hi, Rob. Ranger's the first one I've heard of giving blood, but I was aware my sister-in-law did a fellowship at the NC State Vet School, and they do have 2 transfusion animals there, 1 dog and 1 cat. Apparently all dogs and all cats, all dogs are the same blood type, all cats are the same blood type. Those animals serve for a short period of time or a certain number of donations, I'm not sure which, and then they adopt them out.
Now, okay, that's cool that they do that at that one place.
So cool.
And I didn't even know that all dogs had the same blood type and all cats had the same blood type. So it makes sense that Ranger in my English lab can give his blood and whatever dog needs it that has an emergency at that one animal hospital that we go to.
I just love that there are people so much smarter than I feel like I am that figure these things out. Because I don't think this was a thing 5 or 10 years ago. At least I've never heard of it.
I don't know.
Right. And now they are saving lives of our fur babies. That means so much to our families. And I just love that Ranger is taking part in this.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
I have this thought, and I wonder if I'm the only one that thinks this way. Seriously, I am. It's Rob and Liz in the morning on his radio. Lauren Daigle, right?
Yes.
Adele.
Yes.
Am I the only one on the planet that thinks Adele sounds like Lauren Daigle?
Yes. No, you're not. Because I think this, especially in Lauren's brand new song, Thank God I Do, like, you would swear almost that it was Adele. Like, it's just like, what?
No, opposite.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, they sound a lot like each other.
I think Adele is trying to sound like Lauren Daigle.
You know what? She probably is. But she's an incredible singer.
You know what I heard? Adele bought Sylvester Stallone's house.
That's so funny. These stars, they just...
$58 million. Who can drop that kind of dime? I guess Adele can.
Yeah, the price of her concert tickets? Yeah, she can.
Oh, you're right. They are pretty expensive, although I don't know if I'd go to a concert. I'd sit at home and watch on YouTube. So, best seat in the house, YouTube concerts. I'm telling you.
That's right.
Seat in the house. So $58 million, dropped some dime a couple of years ago. I think last year she bought the mansion, whatever it is. She changed everything on the inside. Everything, but there's one thing that she kept at the pool.
At the pool?
Yeah.
Oh, the diving board.
Well, yeah, there's that. It's something more unique than a diving board at the pool of the house that she bought from Sylvester Stallone.
Was it a gym? I mean, I'm just thinking of Sylvester Stallone, the things that he would want to have, like at his pool. So maybe it was like an outdoor gym or something.
No, it was the statue of Rocky.
Oh, so the statue of himself, basically.
No, it's the statue of Rocky.
Okay, but him as Rocky.
Yes.
Okay, so himself. Okay.
That. Everything else, of course, she made in her own, way that you buy your house, you decorate it the way you want, not the way the, former owners want. But she did keep that because she thought, hey, this is unique. I'm going to keep this statue of Rocky or Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, right here at the pool. And she did. And it's still there.
Well, I mean, a conversation piece, iconic. Sometimes you'll buy a house that is turnkey and it comes completely furnished and you walk in and you're like, well, we had a house that we bought that they left like some of the carpeting and the curtains. And I loved them for about the first 6 months. And I felt like I was in somebody's house, else's house. Need new stuff.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
So Mark Parker from His Radio, believe it or not, flew and an F-15 Striker Eagle. It's Strike Eagle, right? I mean, it's got a
Strike Eagle. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, so Wings Over Wayne's happening in Goldsboro tomorrow. His radio's Fun Patrol is going to be there. And Mark was in an F-15. What was that even like?
I got to tell you guys, I'm still recovering, and you have no clue the physical strain that for a guy like me and somebody who doesn't do this for a living, the strain that it puts on your body over the course of, we were up there for a little over an hour. No. And when I got back, I've been sweating and I felt like I'd been put through the ringer. I was exhausted and nauseous, more nauseous than I've ever been in my life. And I loved every second of it.
Just because you were sitting there, it put that kind of strain on you?
It did. And they tell you, because we went, by the way, special thanks to the 4th Operations Group at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, and particularly the men and the women of the 333rd Fighter Squadron. Those are the Lancers, and the 336th, the Rocketeers, for hosting us. So they gave us this opportunity to just go up and see what it was like to be in an F-15 fighter plane, right? And I've been reading about these things and seeing ever since I was a kid. But yeah, they tell you about this in advance. They say, look, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be stresses and strains that you've never felt in your life. It's nothing like a roller coaster. And I personally don't like roller coasters because I get sick on them. But how am I going to turn up this opportunity to go for a ride over North and South Carolina?
So I got to ask, did you use the little baggie?
Hey, Liz, mine was not little. They told us ahead of time. They said, look, they're going to give you a little pouch here in case you get sick. Don't use that. Bring one of these gallon-sized Ziploc bags from home with a paper towel stuffed down in them, and you can just sort of tuck it in your flight suit. So I brought two. And
two gallon-sized bags.
The answer to your question is, yeah, about halfway through the flight, I told my pilot, I said, look, I'm going to have to use the bag, pulled my mask off, and there you go. Good as it gets.
Oh, I'm glad.
Good as it gets.
Word. So this actually happened 2 days ago, right?
The flight was, right. The flight was Wednesday.
Okay, so,
and we did prep on Tuesday. So it was like 2 days just to do this thing.
Oh, that's right. Because you went through like a class.
Several classes, mostly about how to be safe in ejection and parachuting and how not to break your legs. And I'll tell you, I absorbed about 10% of that. Thank God it wasn't necessary.
I bet. So how you feeling today, 2 days later?
Well, it's taken me about a day to recover, but I feel great. Those G-forces that they put you through, the loops and the barrel rolls, flying upside down. We pulled 5, 6, or he even said 7 Gs. And he says, is there anything else you would like to do? And my first thought was, sweet Lord, please let me get back on the ground. But I actually said, could we go supersonic? And he paused for a little bit and then he said, okay, yeah, let's do it. So we went faster than the speed of sound, and it was awesome.
Did you hear it break and everything? The thunderclap?
Everything is tremendously loud in there to begin with, so I did not hear anything, but he told me, he did a countdown of the speeds as we were going there. He said, yep, there it is. So we were like 1.09 or something like that, Mach.
Please tell me that you played Danger Zone while you were in the F-15 and you played the part of Maverick.
That would have been awesome, but there was so much chatter in your helmet ear. You were hearing ground control and air traffic and all the pilots talking to each other. And my pilot, his name is Stinger, by the way. Howdy, Stinger, if you're tuning in. Appreciate you so much, guy. We would talk to each other back and forth. So no music, but I felt the Danger Zone thing for sure.
Or anything like that either. Mark Parker, I'm glad you had that experience in the F-15. Wings Over Wayne, it's tomorrow in Goldsboro.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you heard this, but Montana made a really big move when it comes to social media and TikTok because they have banned TikTok in the state of Montana.
The whole state?
The whole state of Montana, yeah. Now,
How does that work?
Well, it doesn't take effect until January 1st, and they're not going to go after people who have TikTok.
Oh, good.
They're going to go after TikTok itself. So January 1st, you can no longer download TikTok or use TikTok in Montana. And if anybody's able to access TikTok or download TikTok after January 1st, they're going to charge TikTok $10,000 a day.
Oh, my goodness
for
gracious.
that one user. Yeah.
Do they? I have so many questions. Is there going to be a TikTok czar that just sits there at a computer and is like, well, someone in this part of Montana got on TikTok, so.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You know, my in-laws had 2 sets of twins back to back. Thankfully, they were not identical.
Really?
Yeah.
Harnick, James, and Thomas, they're brothers, and they're identical 15-month-old triplets. Identical. Wow. And so Crystal and John, their parents, are like, sometimes we have a hard time telling them apart.
I bet.
So they color coordinate them.
What?
Each one has his own color of sleeping. Let's see, the onesies. That's what I'm trying to think of. The onesies, the hats, the blankets, the feeding bowls, all the same color for each child. So the child, one will get like a red bowl, another one will get a yellow bowl, another one will get a blue or something like that. So they all have their own unique color, even down to one toenail, so that when they're changing the baby, they know which baby it is.
That makes total sense because I thought, well, okay, during bath time, if they're all taking a bath together, which, typically, brothers and sisters, babies, will do that. How do you keep them apart at that point? The fingernail polish makes total sense.
Yeah, and only on one little toenail. They don't do all the nails, anything like that. I mean, they're boys. And so it's neat because they realized at the beginning, are we feeding the same baby again? How do I know?
I never thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's all these things that they're thinking. Am I giving him the same? Is this a double bottle for the same baby? So that's why they started to give each baby, their triplets, since they're identical, their own unique color. And it makes a lot of sense. They start with the one toenail and then stick with that, from the onesie to what they're eating out of, everything.
Well, if you didn't, just trying to keep up with that, this just makes things a little simpler. And like you say, you're not overfeeding or underfeeding one of them who's over there like, hello, I need a bottle.
Or overbathing. Did I just watch this one?
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
It was a love story for the ages. They were from West Africa, but they met in Paris. Is that good enough for a French accent? Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Oui.
Oh, thank you for this. Merci beaucoup.
Gracias.
Serge and Odette, they're from West Africa, but they met while they were in school in Paris. They ended up falling in love, and this has been a couple of decades ago, and they got married at an iconic church, the Madeleine Church in Paris. Mado is short for Madeleine Church, and so they have opened a bakery. They were in school. They were in patisserie school, right? And they came to Rock Hill, and they opened up a bakery. It's called Mado. This place sells out every day within just a couple of hours. So if you're going in there and you're trying to get your croissants or you're trying to get your galette or, whatever the case is, you may be out of luck if you don't get there early. It's pretty cool.
They're doing that well. That's so good. Good on.
And I love that they named their bakery after the church. I mean, the church is very important to them. It's where they began their lives together as a married couple, and that they are in Rock Hill and they are serving up deliciousness every single morning, and everything they bake is with love.
And it sounds like it's good. I mean, if they're selling out every day.
Oh, they are. And so I have been on their Facebook page, just stalking a little bit. Everything is so beautiful and well thought out. And it just looks like it is something that would just melt in your mouth.
See, if you don't know this, Liz loves to bake. I mean, she's her self-proclaimed ugly bakery that she has. Because it tastes great, but it looks kind of, Pinterest fail kind of.
It's rough. It is rough.
But it tastes amazing. I mean, and I can see why Liz is getting into this bakery because she loves to bake, so probably getting some ideas.
Honestly, they made the galette, and it's something that I've always wanted to make because I watch all these shows. So I'm like, maybe I can go in and get some tips from these two.
I don't even know what a galette is.
I don't know how to describe it. I just know it's flaky and buttery and goodness and filled with maybe frangipane or something. I don't know. I'm probably speaking out of turn.
I feel like I need to go do sit-ups now.